Welcome to COTM Radio, now in video. We are live in Fernie right now with Naturalist. These guys had a breakthrough set at Shambhala. I first heard about them and I can't stop hearing about them. This is Sam and Caleb. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, dude.
Good to be on it.
Let's jump right into this and tell us a story about how two brothers didn't rip each other's heads off in the process of making music.
Yeah, we've always been really good friends, kind of lucky that way, have a really good relationship. And he started DJing first by a couple months, and I kind of followed him. He taught me the ropes, and we just played drum and bass. Both played drum and bass, and we played together really well. And then we kind of found our own styles and drifted apart artistically. But then kind of found ourselves starting to play the same style house music, and brought it back, and we've been going since the last couple of years.
You guys have your own style of house, right? Is it
Yeah, we
space
call it
disco?
space disco. Yeah, it's
Space
a mix.
disco.
It's a mix of, because I sort of played on like sort of deeper kind of stuff, and Sam was into the disco stuff. And when we put it together, we call it space disco. Yeah.
How did the name Naturalist come about? Was that because of space disco? Was that a...
No, actually, so when we were working on our first ever mix together, we were actually recording it, and we were trying to figure out a name. We had some friends over, and one of our old friends from school actually just it just came to mind. He's like, Naturalist. And the reason that he came up with that was we were always kind of poked fun at for being kind of hippies in the crew.
We're the down to earth, the down to earth ones of the crew.
Our parents smelled like patchouli, and so we kind of got tagged with that. So it fit, and it's stuck.
So are you guys vegans or vegetarians though?
No.
No, people also ask us if we DJ naked sometimes, but we don't do that quite yet either.
Oh, that could work, especially at Shambhala.
Yeah.
Are you guys playing again this year?
We are. Yeah. Back at the living room. Year 2 at the living room. We played at the Cedar Lounge 3 years ago. Yeah. We're stoked.
Stoked to go back there.
Yeah.
Well, we actually just got booked for Sham, so we will 100% see you guys there.
That's right,
We're
dude.
absolutely frothing about it.
Yeah, dude.
Congrats.
Be on the
Yeah.
farm ripping it
Yeah,
up.
buddy. You guys deserve it. It's awesome.
Oh, thanks, man. Good to hear. Then back to this topic of brothers. These guys actually have a really cool story. So they are brothers, very close in age, but they have 2 different last names. Like, how the heck did that happen?
Funny story, actually. Well, it's not
Here we
maybe
go.
even funny, but we have the same parents. It's confusing for everyone. We have the same parents, and they're still together, happily married. My mom kept her maiden name when they were married, and Caleb was born first, and he took my dad's name. And then when I was born, at the time there was no one else in the family on my mom's side to carry on the Moffat name, so she named me Moffat.
Did that make it difficult in like high school and grade school because teachers wouldn't believe that you're actually brothers?
It made it good, actually. We flew under the radar. Like, I wouldn't get the
bad rep
yeah
from
his
mistakes I've made.
Because you were the bad boy.
Well, a little bit maybe, yeah.
we didn't get associated with each other, so we could just not,
Yeah.
it was, I don't know.
You control your own destiny.
Yeah, totally.
There's no shadows.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
creating
exactly.
your own shadow.
Yeah. It's confusing for a lot of people. Some people mix us up a lot too, but if you see us side by side, we look different, but some people just cannot figure out. They see us and they call me Sam, and they call Sam Caleb. And
Yeah, well, I had to ask you guys your names again, and we've known each other for like
Yeah.
at least 3 after parties.
we're only 15 months apart, so we're definitely super close.
So 2 brothers living in Fernie. I just met them, and I actually discovered that you have like a mini festival or some crazy rave called Mogul Smoker. And my limited knowledge about it is that it's in the freezing cold, which is something super different to any music event that I've gone to.
Yeah, so the Mogul Smoker is an old Fernie tradition. I think we just did the 44th.
Wow.
So it started back in the day in 1978 or something, in a snowless November. And a couple old school ski bums decided to have like a celebration to the snow god Grizz.
Ooh.
Fernie's got its own snow god, and
Is the Grizz a real god though?
well, yeah.
Is
So
there a Grizz Bible?
there's not.
He's a make-believe god
Yeah.
who makes it snow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Other gods are definitely not make believe.
No, for sure.
Yeah, so you got a Grizz,
So
God, party, rave, snow,
yeah.
hate.
So so the mogul smoker, yeah, started back in the 70s, and I mean, our parents brought us to a mogul smoker. Like, we were so young, we don't even remember being there. But all I know is those parties used to be kind of more like a tailgate party around a bonfire, people driving snowmobiles over the fire and that sort of thing. And
Snowmobiles over a fire.
over the bonfire. I heard that happen once.
Also, like sacrificing their old skis to
That's
the fire,
right.
and then driving over.
That's
the
right.
snowmobile.
Yeah.
So it was a sacrifice to the Grizz for a good winter to come. So it's evolved with the times, and it turned into kind of a big event. Maybe 10 years ago, 12 years ago, our friend was running it, and there was like security and gates around the zone. DJ Newmark played. Matt the Alien was there. It was a
Wow.
pretty big show. It's a big
Oh,
deal.
yeah,
Tickets
those are
were
big
like
names.
$40. And
$40 to stand in the cold.
yeah. And
Yeah,
so
the beers were freezing. Like the
Yeah,
kegs
beer-
were
yeah.
freezing.
And so it happens in November now still. And so while there was this big event and tickets and that sort of thing, a bunch of locals got together and had a pre-mogul smoker, and it was the weekend before. And it was free, and it was just all the local DJs and stuff, just a little bush party. And one year it was minus 40 for the mogul smoker, and they kind of lost some money, and they ended up not running it like that again.
At negative 40?
Yeah, so yeah. And so the pre-mogul smoker actually turned into the mogul smoker. It was just a locals party, and all local acts. And so that's when we started going, because we weren't even old enough to go to the one that Newmark played at. We actually snuck in, but
Ooh. Because you were the bad boy of the family.
well, yeah, I think
snuck
Sam
in
was there too. Yeah,
I think I was like 15 or something.
yeah.
Wow, getting wild.
And so yeah, we got asked to play, and then a year later, I think the guys that were throwing it were they're starting to get over it a bit, and they handed the torch to us, and we've been doing it ever since. And I think it was our 9th or 10th year this year.
You've been operating for 10 years.
Yeah.
Aren't you guys like 23 years old?
I'm 28.
I'm
Okay.
27,
Yeah.
so we got into the party scene and like right after high school, basically.
Yeah.
Started getting into it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I saw the photos and it looks like something that you guys should book us for. Wink, wink.
So, dude,
That'd be
you're
nice.
coming for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully
This
get
year,
ski tour, Case of the Mondays.
Ooh, I've heard of
Right.
those
ski tour is
boys.
supposed to be a secret. Remember?
Maybe.
That ski tour is not
Oh
coming.
shit.
So this year, the mogul smoker was definitely our biggest success. We finally got private land. So that was the other thing about it. This is crazy. It used to be a renegade party, meaning that we didn't have permission from the land owners, the forestry company, to actually have the event on their land. So we would literally build a stage the night before. We would work all night on a Friday after they've all gone, all the logging company and all the loggers have gone home, because it was right off the road. We would build the stage all night, go to bed for a couple hours, wake up, go back, decorate the whole place, throw the party.
Load the sound in, throw the party.
That Sunday morning, we shut the music off at around noon, and we'd tear the stage down.
How do you drag all these speakers through snow? Or I guess you have the fire sleds. If they can go through,
Yeah,
Sleds
exactly.
can go through fire. Like,
Yeah.
They can
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
like drag a bunch of PK speakers.
It's a lot
into
of
the woods.
teamwork. We have a lot of like volunteers who.
We got a
make
big
it happen.
crew. Yeah, big crew. There's like 15 of us. So everyone gets a set. It's all DJs. Like, people are always asking us, hey, can I play the smoker? Hey, can I play the smoker? It's like, for years, it's been, we can't, because all the slots go to the crew that make this place, that make this thing happen. But now, this year, we've got private land. We had 2 stages. We built a permanent structure. And
to keep growing. Keep
yeah,
building.
so now we
And snowballing.
exactly.
Keep snowballing.
Something like that. Something like that.
Yeah, dude, it's been a really fun project, and now we're just gonna keep on making it better.
Well, we all look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe we can get some new people coming out
For
for it
sure.
this year.
Yeah.
Actually, interesting side note, Sam, is it true that your girlfriend invented glitter?
Yeah, it is actually very true.
I knew it.
Not only
I knew
that,
it.
but she invented the color Easter as well.
Wow, I didn't even
True.
know that was a color yet.
Yeah.
Basically every pastel, combination of pastel, everything you can imagine.
Wow. She sounds like a nice lady. Is she single?
I don't know, brother.
I'm just messing with you. Well, now that we're all hopped up on glitter, I actually want to talk to you about your new release coming up. Because you've been telling me that you're in the studio a lot and you have a brand new release coming out on Westwood, the Funk Hunters, famously infamous badass label.
Yeah.
What's going on there? When's it coming out? What's it called? What's it sound like?
Beginning of March, it's our first single.
Any day now, I guess.
Yeah,
Jeez.
any day.
Oh yeah, it is March.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all. It's our first one. We've been working on it for about 8 months. We just really wanted to make it
Our first
like
track.
embody our sound and our style. So keep an eye out for that.
It's called Lilies. It's also featuring our good homie Drew,
Right.
Ghosty, aka Ghosty the rapper. He travels with us a lot. He was the one that performed with us at Shambhala last year, and he's our wordsmith. He like raps over our house beats, and
Is wordsmith a gangster term for white rapper?
yeah, for
Exactly.
hype
I
man.
like it.
Yeah,
Wordsmith.
wordsmith. The Get Down.
He's
We
like
got that
our-
from the Get Down.
Oh,
Have you seen that show?
I haven't watched that
Oh,
yet,
dude,
actually.
you gotta watch it.
Quality.
Yeah, watch the Get Down.
Yeah,
Legit.
fuck the release, get on the get down.
Yeah.
But what else is on the docket?
Well, we want to keep. I mean, our goal this winter was to actually probably produce maybe more tracks than just the one. But we just after Shambhala, we got an agent, Grant Paley. Shout out to Grant.
Shout out Grant.
And he basically booked us a show every weekend for like 6 months.
That guy's like the worst agent ever, clearly. A show every month,
Dude,
every weekend
dude,
of every
It
month.
was
We
crazy.
had like 3 weekends
We
off
have-
this winter. I
yeah,
think.
we've
and-
had 3 weekends at home.
Oh, wait, this is like the best testimonial for Grant.
Dude.
I don't even think Ski Tour gets booked that many shows.
Dude. Yeah, it was crazy. And it's not like we had like a tour planned or anything. It just ended up happening. Every week there was a new show. And it was just like, boom, here's this one. Boom, here's this one. Boom, here's this one. And we're still working full time at the ski shop. We both work at the same ski shop,
Yeah.
Gear Hub in Fernie. And geez, yeah, we would travel all weekend, play a show, maybe 2 shows a weekend sometimes. Get back to Fernie Monday morning, Monday afternoon, go to work on Tuesday. We only work 3 days a week, but still, it's like we were flat out, fully booked all winter,
Yeah.
working, DJing. We didn't get to ski as much as we usually do, but we
Downside,
actually
but-
definitely got out and had some really good days this year still.
And we got to ski some resorts that we haven't before.
Totally.
You get to tag on the ski passes with the gig or whatever, work it into the deal and get to ski some new resorts. So
Yeah,
it's pretty
that
awesome.
was sweet for sure.
Well, at the rate you guys are going, I think you should probably get used to the busy life.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks so much for taking the time to sit down and chat with us on COTM Radio. Up next, we got a 30-minute guest mix from Naturalist. Cheers, boys. Thanks for coming.
Cheers, buddy.
Thanks, Johnny.
You.